Brockman. Welcome back to another episode of Fully Stoked Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Stokes, and Cody's not with us today because I'm here with another good friend of mine, Sylvie Brockman, and we're going to be talking all about her and what she does and health coaching. But before that, if you've never watched or heard Fully Stoked Podcast before, let me tell you who I am. I am a lender by day, and I like to help people with their home financing needs with Sarah Stokes Home Loans and Coast to Coast Mortgage. But what I really love to do is connect other women like Sylvie to you. And even if you're not a woman and you want to learn about entrepreneurship or her product or anything, her life's journey is very interesting. I'll tell you that. This is the one to watch. This is a great show today. Sylvie and I met about a year ago, I guess. A little bit over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the Union County Network of Women group. And then we decided to start our own group.
Yes.
So the South Charlotte Women in Business meets right here in Waxhaw, North Carolina, right outside of Charlotte, on the third Wednesday of every month at 9 a.m.
Yes.
And Sylvie is the leader of that. And I help her with some of the admin stuff. If you're a woman in business or you want to be a woman in business, come on out the third Wednesday of every month at
Jabina Cafe.
I'll put it in the summary also. Sylvie, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I've been wanting to have you on first. Sylvie is so sweet. She's just wonderful. Will you tell us a little bit about, first of all, what do you do for a living?
So I help women 40 and up that are going through a perimenopause and menopause. Because I've been on that journey myself. I know what it feels like. I know what it is like. And I feel like there's so much, information out there. So I try to make it for women simple. And sometimes we overthink our health. But our health starts in our kitchen and starts with how we feed our body. So I am really trying to make it simple for women and give them simple tools they can follow so they can feel better.
Okay. So a health coach.
Yes.
And it starts in the kitchen. I love that. I agree with that. I try to eat organic. I try to eat whole foods. I try not to eat seed oils. I try not to eat deep fried Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or things like that. On the rare occasion I do.
That's okay. And that's okay. Life is all about balance, and I feel like people overthink health, right? So if you do stop at McDonald's or any place like that, it's okay. Just go back to your routine the next day.
That's right. That's right. That's really good. So how did you get into being a health coach? Because that's not what you've always done. You were in finance, right?
I was in banking originally. I was in finances afterwards. About 9 years ago, I've struggled, with different health issues myself. That's when it all started.
Well, when you moved to the U.S.?
Well, I moved to the U.S. over 20 years ago. First few years were okay, but then I started experiencing a lot of health issues myself.
Yeah.
My digestion was really not working good.
Yeah.
Skin issues, a lot of bloating. I started getting migraines. I didn't sleep well. And I was like, what is happening, right? And I started paying attention to how I was feeding my body, what I was eating, looking at the packages of the foods I was eating, because I didn't know any better. I thought whatever is on a shelf of the grocery store, it's safe for us. But learning, it's not the case.
It's really
not the case. The standard American diet, all the processed foods, all the sugary cereals, the fast foods, not even talking about that, but just in a general grocery store, 75% should not even exist. It's not food. So, digging deeper into the labels and what is really in those things, I found out that it's not safe, and my body was reacting to it. So I was inflamed, because if you eat a lot of processed foods, a lot of prepackaged foods, fast food, you're going to increase inflammation in your body.
Right.
And that will cause, it's a cascade, right?
Yeah.
Of stuff, different side effects, I would say, and symptoms. Migraines, bloating, brain fog.
You had weight gain also, right?
I did. I gained like 10 pounds, which was like not me. I was like, wow.
Right.
So that's how my journey started. I really was trying to heal myself because I hated the way I felt. I hated not be sleeping well and waking up exhausted. I couldn't start my day without coffee. I was like a zombie. So through my own journey, I was still in finances back then. I had, 2 boys, right? I still have 2 boys, obviously, but they were born, so I was taking care of them. So about 9 years ago, I was like, what am I doing? This is the finances. It was okay, but it was not the passion. And I'm like, life is way too short. And I felt like if I was able to heal myself, I need to help other women. I need to help other people around me to feel better, because like it's really sad, especially, when you think in the US, we have such a great healthcare system. Healthcare. I'm not saying the system. The system is broken, but
the ability, right?
Ability
Access,
and testing and access to it. Yet the lifespan in between all developed countries is the lowest in the whole world. So it tells you something.
I didn't know that.
There is disconnect, right? So we should be having vibrant, beautiful, long, healthy lives, but we are not.
So part of that, I think, from living in the United States for most of my life, I lived outside in Europe for a few years, but outside of those years, just my experience is that the ease of accessing those processed foods, and when you're in a hurry, it's just easy to pick it up. Prepackaged milk, even at the grocery store, is going to have some preservatives and some bad things in it. I'm sure.
Yes.
But like I said, I've been trying to eat local and whole foods recently, and I do feel much better. There's probably still room for improvement. But when you grew up, where did you grow up? Because you didn't grow up in the United States.
No. So I grew up in the Czech Republic, which is a small country in Europe. When people don't know where it is, I like to tell them it's in the middle, in the Central Europe, between Austria, Germany, Poland, and Slovakia.
And it's where Prague is,
Yes,
right?
Prague is the capital. It's beautiful. So for anybody who has not been to Prague yet, you have to go.
I really want to go to Prague. I heard it's what do they say? It's got all the old architecture.
Yes, it has not been destroyed in World War II.
Okay.
So everything is original.
Yes,
so if you love history and culture, this is the place to go. So so I grew up in the Czech Republic, which back then, we cooked most of our meals. Everything was just whole foods. Whatever we grew, we made the food out of it. We didn't have frozen pizzas, prepackaged meals. We didn't have sugary cereals. We didn't have any of that, right? So that's how I grew up. And, we spent a lot of time in the kitchen.
Right.
That's where life happened, there on family table. It was beautiful. We had, garden.
Yeah.
We had apple trees, cherry trees, strawberries. We grew things, right?
Right. So with that, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So at that time, it wasn't Czech Republic, it was Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia.
And I had lunch with Alana the other day, and she was educating me. I just don't know what you don't know, right?
Sure.
And at that time, it was occupied. Was it occupied?
Well, kind of. Yes, when the Russians came in 1969. Yes, you would say it was occupied. The Russians wanted to take over. Well, they never did, right? We were never part of Russia.
Okay.
Some people think Czech Republic was part of Russia. No, we were never part of Russia.
But a heavy presence.
Heavy presence, yes.
And what did that do to the food chain? You didn't have a lot of choices. In other words, you had to...
Whatever we grew, we ate.
Yeah. So, I mean, in many ways, it was probably good for you. I mean, I know I'm not saying that lifestyle is good for you. I'm just saying at least the foods you ate were local foods.
They were local. Everything was local. There was not sprayed with heavy toxic pesticides like here right now. What's happening with glyphosate.
That's a huge issue. Glyphosate.
It's not new. It's been always around.
Yeah, but now there's a new...
Because it's finally coming out. People are getting angry, and I'm really angry over it because glyphosate, it's the main toxic ingredient in Roundup.
Yes.
Most people have at least one bottle of Roundup in their garage that they spray for their weeds in their yard. So we have these beautiful, nobody wants weeds, but weeds are actually very beneficial, right? But that's another story. Yes, Roundup is the main, glyphosate is the main ingredient in Roundup. The problem is that the Roundup is heavily sprayed on all the crops in the US, the wheat, the corn, all the foods really, that grow on the fields. And then it gets into our body because you can wash it off, you can get rid of it, you can cook it off. The problem is that cows, traditionally raised cows, will eat corn. They are not eating grass on the fields like they should. So you're feeding them GMO corn, which is heavily sprayed with glyphosate. Then if you eat meat, I do not, but if people do, make sure you eat grass-fed,
Grass-fed.
local, good quality beef
And
or
grass
any kind of
finished.
fat. Yes,
Grass finished as well, because if they
Yes.
don't finish on grass, then they're eating the corn.
exactly.
They're getting
So,
the same bad
Mhm.
things. So I do eat meat, but I have been entertaining the idea of being vegetarian. My husband goes, he's a chef. So, we're off pork. We've been off pork for a while, and I can't have shellfish, which is probably good because they're bottom feeders mostly anyway.
Mhm.
And now I'm thinking about vegetarian life.
And that's what I've been doing for the last 8 years, really.
8 years, and she's beautiful. She's tall and thin. Her skin is beautiful. You
Well,
can
thank
tell.
you.
Yeah. In fact, she brought me some samples.
Mhm.
So this is appleberry power shake.
Yes.
Is that protein, or
Well,
is it
this
like a
is-
superfood?
This is a superfood drink.
Okay.
It contains 16 organic superfoods.
Nice.
16, 1-6.
And they are organic.
They are
They're certified.
organic, certified, growing in regenerative soil. What it means, it's very fertile soil, so it's very potent nutrition.
And no glyphosate.
No
Nowhere close to
glyphosate.
glyphosate.
No. It's very. So it's dehydrated nutrition, and what it means, it's dehydrated with like very low temperature. So when you add water or any liquid to it, it becomes a live food. So when you drink it, when I drink my green juice, that's about this size in the morning,
Uh-huh.
I'm getting equivalent of eating about 6 large superfood salads.
Nice.
And I have that once or twice a day, every single day.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So you are feeding your cells because these can work on a cellular level of our body. So that's.
And it reduces inflammation. And
Yes.
you even have, our friend of ours is doing, like, I guess when she started, there's a cleanse.
Yes.
Where you can do a cleanse, but then you can continue on
Yes.
too, right?
The transformation program, yes.
You do a cleanse like once a year?
Yeah, I do. Well, I do it at least once a year for my parasites. I do it twice a year. And when I ask people, typically, when was the last time you did a parasite cleanse? Most people look at me, never.
Well, and I'll tell you, there's so much debate about whether it's real. And then I have my husband's friend's wife is what is she? She's a holistic herbalist. I'm really not sure of what her title is, but she says we need the parasites, and I don't know, but there's a lot of debate. In other words, so like my daughter has eczema, both of my daughters, and I have a little eczema too, and it's gotten so bad at points in their life that I just wanted to help them, and so everything I was researching was telling me it could be a parasite, it could be parasites, multiple, and then you start researching how to do a parasite cleanse, and that is overwhelming because you have to have a binder, and then you have to do it like so many days before the cleanse and so many days after the cleanse, and then you have to do it again, and then you have to do it, and it was just overwhelming. And then you look at the programs out there, but they're not food-based, they're not whole foods. So your program, even the parasite cleanse, is food.
Yes, it's food, it's just herbs. Yes, it's about six, I believe, 6 different herbs, so it's very gentle. Okay. You don't overthink it. Yes, there's a lot on social media.
That. Don't overthink.
No, we make it as a company. Our organic superfoods. We are manufacturing these organic superfoods and everything we make. So we want to make it simple for people. Yeah. Our owner Dave, he actually studied with Ann Wigmore, who was an amazing lady. Now she's passed away, but she has alternative cancer treatments facilities, and our owner studied with Ann Wigmore, and she taught him about the power of grasses and the superfoods. So everything we formulate, it's just really healing food. So including the parasite cleanse, it's very simple. You do it in 2 steps, because what happens is, yes, we do need parasites, but if we have too many, what are they doing? They are eating your food. They're using the nutrients in your gut.
And then they have to, digest, and then they
multiply, right? So when we do the parasite cleanse, you do it for 10 days. We want to kill the live parasites first. Okay. Then we take a break. We wait for the eggs to hatch, and then we kill the second part of those hatched.
What? Did you
Yes.
just hear her? She said eggs to
Yes.
hatch.
Yes.
That is,
And I will tell you a good story. So I
Tell
had
me.
this lady that came to me a couple of years ago, and
Okay.
she was diagnosed with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, like a term for doctors to diagnose patients with gut issues, and they don't really know the cause, or it's just like a generic term for, oh, your digestion is not working properly. So she was going for all this testing, all these scans, MRIs. Nobody could give her any answer or solution how to fix the issue she had.
Okay.
Her issue was every single morning she had to run to the bathroom like 3-4 different times, like with diarrhea, like constant, nothing helped, nothing worked. So she came to me and I said, you know what? Why don't you do the program? See what happens, try it, you have nothing to lose. Like we even offer 60-day money back guarantee fully on everything we make as a company. We really stand behind what we say and what the products should do for you. So she started the program. After 10 days, you start the parasite cleanse. On a day 3, she calls me. She's like, I'm just like in tears. This is the first time in like 5 years I didn't have to run to the bathroom when I woke up. And she said, no doctor ever suggested to do any kind of parasite cleanse or check for parasites. So after all these money spent, the running from doctor to doctor, all the testing, and that was the solution for her.
That is incredible.
I know.
So I've not done the parasite cleanse. I've done every alternative thing. I've gone to Tractor Supply, ivermectin, but then I found out that ivermectin has like stabilizers and preservatives in it that are toxic to your body as well. It's like, I don't know what to do, but I think a whole foods option makes the most sense. And if it's been studied, obviously, and certified by your company, seems like, it would be worth it. If it's just whole foods, what can I do wrong? Now, this is protein, dark berry protein. Would you eat this as a supplement to your lunch, or would it be your lunch?
So dark berry protein these are 2 of my favorites. We have more, we have over 60 products, but I actually love to mix these 2 together. See, it's beautiful, Christmassy green.
It is.
So the dark berry protein has more protein, it's like 16 grams. Again, just superfoods. A little bit different concentration of superfoods than the green one, but this one helps actually with collagen production, which most of our women
need that.
Yes, and it's yummy. And you know what I also love to do, like for snacks or like afternoon, evening when I need more protein or want something, I mix this one with full fat organic Greek yogurt. It's a delicious snack.
Yes,
because we as women, especially going through this perimenopause, menopause, we have to increase our protein intake.
Okay. I didn't know.
So many women struggle with that. Our body is telling us there's a disconnect between our gut and our brain because of the hormonal changes, obviously. So our body is telling us, oh, we need simple sugars, we need carbs, but your body actually needs more protein.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that. I'm taking notes.
So yes. So ideally you would want a gram of protein per weight in the pounds, right? So if you're 150 pounds, you would want to get at least 120, 150 grams of protein every single day.
I come nowhere close to that.
Yeah, most women don't.
Even as a vegetarian, you can do that?
Yes, you can do that. So my main source of protein are our pre-digested super aminos, which are in the pill version. Already has been pre-digested, so it completely avoids your kidneys, because if you eat a lot of protein in the food source, it's hard for the body to digest.
Okay, right.
If you eat beef, it takes about 8 hours for the body to digest. 8 hours.
Wow.
The system will work for 8 hours. And then there's a lot of waste as far as protein. So with those aminos that I take, there's 99% utilization, so only 1% goes to waste. If you eat fish, chicken, pork, anything, egg, your body might use maybe 60% if you are lucky.
Okay.
And the 40% is waste. Goes out of your body. So these aminos are amazing. I love those. That's how I start my day. I take them in the morning. I take them before I go work out. Amazing energy, power, strength.
Okay, so if I wanted to do the cleanse, I know I'm getting stuck on this cleanse, but it's fascinating to me. So it wouldn't necessarily be this, but it might have a component of this,
It will
right?
have component. These will
Okay.
be your greens and your fruits, your vegetables. Yes, that's going to be part of the cleanse.
So it's
Yes.
it 1 month, days, take a break, 10 days.
So for the whole program, like ideally people depends what the body needs, what
Okay.
are we trying to, what issues they are experiencing.
So would I have a session with you, a consultation, and you would help
yes,
design? Okay.
exactly.
Okay. So if I did it, my husband did it, and my daughter did it. I have 2 other daughters too, and they might want to do it also. So would you just talk with me about each one of those people probably and design a program for our whole family?
Well, it just depends what we're trying to solve, right?
Okay.
The program, the 30 days at least, would apply pretty much to everybody.
Okay.
If we are trying to, you tell me, oh, I have GERD, acid reflux, I'm not going to the bathroom the way I should, I have eczema, I would probably suggest a couple different things.
Okay. All right. So
Because we've had a lot of people, we even had babies with eczema.
Oh, really?
It was it's like you have to do elimination diet with eczema. And then the glyphosate remover, we have the Biomedic as a company, we have glyphosate remover that actually attaches to the gut, pulls the toxin out.
What?
And yes.
So your company also has a glyphosate remover.
Yes.
So my brother-in-law has a gluten intolerance, I believe, and he may actually have been diagnosed as celiac, but I'm not sure about that. But anyway, I know that he at least has the intolerance. But when he goes to Europe, he can eat the bread there. He can eat the pasta there. He can eat certain breads here. He can eat sourdough. He can eat Italian pasta if it's 100% Italian. So that's when I think he and my sister were telling me it might be the glyphosate. That's the first I heard of it.
That is.
But I didn't know you could take the glyphosate out of your body.
So we have a product that we rolled out, and it's actually there's a detox project. All the companies that are fighting against glyphosate, right, are part of a detox project. And we have so many studies that show that within 6 weeks of using our Biomedic, the C-reactive protein, which is the biomarker for inflammation, will be decreased by 74%, as well as the glyphosate, as the toxin itself. So by healing the gut, or by giving it the nutrients the Biomedic has, pulling out the toxin, the junctions in the gut will closed again, will be closed tight again. So many people that have food sensitivities will no longer have those. And when you mention gluten intolerance, most of our products actually are gluten-free. But yes, the toxin, glyphosate, it's a problem.
What about dairy? Do your products have dairy in them? No dairy.
We are a vegan company. We don't do any animal products.
Okay.
Nope.
Have you ever seen anybody heal from like a dairy intolerance or
like
get
lactose?
better? Yeah, lactose, yeah.
Yeah, well, honestly, like most adults are lactose intolerant.
Okay.
Because specifically, no adult should drink cow's milk, really.
Oh, really?
It is made for babies of cows.
Cow babies, right.
Yes. So once you remove that, it's very hard to digest. You can always add lactate enzyme if you must. I don't see so many issues with like fermented foods like yogurts, kefirs. So that's an option. With certain cheeses, some have higher lactose, obviously. The softer they are, the more lactose,
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yes.
Okay.
So
yeah, my daughters can have Parmesan, and it's higher in protein.
Exactly.
It does have less.
Because it's aged.
Yeah.
So yes, most people don't have that. But again, if you're going to be eating some things with lactose, you can always add an enzyme to once you start eating. But most people are lactose intolerant, and some feel it, some don't really feel it.
Yeah, I can't have ice cream every time. It tastes so good going down, but then my stomach hurts. It really does. It's not gassy. It's more like it just hurts. It's bad. So I think I do have a lactose intolerance. But when I was younger and my little girls were little, I would get raw milk, and that was okay. I could definitely digest the raw milk. So anyway, I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to get with you later. I'm going to definitely talk about the cleanse. And you've had, so as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you are your brand. What's the name of your company? I don't think we even said that.
No, so it's Sylvie Brockman, nutrition coaching. I'm a nutrition health coach, but I focus on a gut health because that's where every disease starts. It starts with inflammation and starts in your gut.
Yes.
So until we fix those two, like really focus on decreasing inflammation in the body will not thrive, because with inflammation, you're going to experiencing a whole lot of issues, not just from the sleep and skin and pain, joints, aches. That's all inflammation in the body. But the gut is where your immunity is. 75% of your immunity is in your gut. 95% of your serotonin, which is the feel-good hormone, is in your gut, not your brain, and your gut. So your gut is your second brain.
That's what I've heard.
Yes.
Yep, I have heard that.
Your melatonin precursors, that you need sleep, right? So your body needs to produce melatonin naturally. Again, it's created in your gut.
Okay.
So the gut should be the primary focus on everybody's healing journey. Everybody else can wait, right?
Yeah.
We don't need expensive gadgets. We don't need, I don't know, there are so many things out there now.
I know. I see it all over social media. I get overwhelmed. That's the reason I never did a cleanse. Yeah.
Like, get this device on your watch, this special gym, this red sauna, this heat. I mean, these are all great tools, but unless you start focusing on your gut, and especially we as women going through the hormonal changes, that's even more crucial.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, this is what you do for a living.
Yes.
And obviously you're living proof of it. I mean, she's tall and thin and beautiful and healthy, and her skin glows, but you have had some challenges. So you said when you moved to the United States, you did have a time where you had to get used to, maybe not used to, but you had to address your health at that time. And then about 9 years ago, you said you had another. Tell us a little bit about that and what it taught you, I guess.
So 9 years ago is when I decided to follow the passion and, health, nutrition, wellness, just really spreading the word about how this society is and how we feed our body really matters. Then about 3 years ago, we had a wake-up call with my soon-to-be ex, suffered with massive stroke. I was the one who saved his life. He was the one that would never listen to my advice on how to live and how to take care of himself. He was under constant stress for various reasons. We will not get into that now, but he didn't eat properly, obviously. He wasn't exercising. His A1C was higher than it should have been, so he was diagnosed pre-diabetic. And then he had full-blown diabetes when his stroke happened, which was part of the reason his stroke happened. His triglycerides were extremely high. His blood pressure, he was on a blood pressure medicine. I mean, he had all these things going against. So that was a wake-up call, just because what I do, I teach people how to live healthier and prevent disease, which the stroke could have been totally prevented. So that was a wake-up call for me as a person who had to take care of him for almost 3 years. And just from the financial standpoint, it was tough. Devastating financially. He eventually lost his job. We lost our insurance. We lost pretty much everything. My son, my oldest, had to stop going to college for a year so he could help me take care of him. So yeah, that was a wake-up call. And I feel like now I even more want to help people get healthy, because all these lifestyle diseases, including stroke, including heart disease, including type 2 diabetes, this is all lifestyle related. There are some genes, they play a role, obviously. But if somebody tells me, oh, my mom was diabetic, I'm going to be diabetic too. And I'm like, no, it does not have to be like that. You can turn off these genes by living, better lifestyle.
So, don't wait for later, right?
No.
Because it needs to be right now. The lifestyle changes. the whole foods. Those are all super important. And I know that. I mean, yes. What women should focus on before symptoms spiral with the perimenopause and the menopause. So you've experienced that. You talked to a group in Lake Norman.
And I'm going to be, talking in a couple of weeks again to a different group of women, specifically on perimenopause, menopause, and gut health, importance of gut health.
Okay. And it helps with, I guess, the hormone balance.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well,
because all those hormones are made in our gut again, right? And not just how we feed our body. We really have to focus on slowing down. I feel like so many women are like, okay, now it's my time. The kids are a little bit older, maybe in college, maybe married. Now I need to, run after my career. I need to make the money. I need to, do all those things I didn't have time for these years because we were caretakers, right? For so long. But now it's actually time to take care of you. Like, we should make ourselves priority as women, right? And not feeling guilty about it. So find your time for things that really make you happy. Make sure you can relax. Make sure your cortisol levels go down. Because with perimenopause, menopause, decreased levels of estrogen, progesterone, most women experience higher cortisol levels. So make sure you find time to do yoga, do breath work, do meditation, do dancing, anything that relieves stress. That's super important.
It is. And our friend Melinda says go outside in the morning.
Yes.
In the morning and at night.
Go outside, walking in the nature. It's like the best meditation ever. Without your phone, without checking, without talking on the phone. Because I see women, they're walking, thinking, oh, I'm doing something good for myself, but they're on the phone. Like, get off those stupid phones.
Simple. You keep saying that. Simple.
Simple. So that's number one. Relax. Go to massage. Take a bath. I don't know. Anything that makes you...
That's great.
Lowering your stress levels. But then, as women, we have to work out. And I'm not talking about hitting, go start running marathons. You don't have to do any of that. Right. And actually, we should be focusing a little bit less on cardio, but we need to start lifting weights. That's like number one thing to prevent osteoporosis. Breaking bones in the future. We have to keep our body strong with decreased estrogen. We're going to lose stomach. Not stomach, but not hopefully, yes. We're going to lose the muscles. So there are, again, things I suggest to women what to do to really not lose the muscle, but keep the muscle stronger and hopefully grow it a little bit more, which is tough.
So if anybody wanted to come to one of your talks, and so we're in South Charlotte, but you're going to be up in the Lake Norman area again, or any other talk like that, can they email you? Do you have a website? How can they find you?
Yes. My website is sylviebrockman.com, my first name, last name. Yes, I do talks. I love educating women. I love collaborating with different health practitioners. Yoga studios, chiropractors' offices, anybody who has already built in clientele, because the nutritional part is a big part of everybody's journey.
Sure, yeah.
And people see incredible results when, even chiropractors, they treat the patients for pain. But if the patients don't decrease the pain in their body naturally with feeding the body the right foods, they will not see quick results. So yes, I love collaborating. I love doing talks. Always happy to educate women because I give them simple tools that they can follow every single day because we don't need more work. We have plenty. And most women are overwhelmed, right?
And your social media too. I notice on social media you will drop tips and hints and things like that. So follow her on social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram. Do you have TikTok? Do you do TikTok?
No, I don't do TikTok.
So Instagram,
LinkedIn, and Facebook.
And you can meet her if you come out to the third Wednesday of the month at South Charlotte Women in Business. Also, I've got some lightning round questions for you. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, these are surprise. So let's see. Your favorite simple nourishing meal?
Favorite simple nourishing meal? Well, it would be my power shake for sure. It's not a meal. I just add the water and drink it, and I'm out the door.
Yeah, that is simple. One health habit everyone should start today.
Okay, if you are sitting like we are sitting right now, and if you're sitting more than 45 minutes, get up and do 10 squats.
Oh, That's great.
Speeds up your metabolism, especially if you had a meal like not a long time ago. It really helps your energy. And it's actually more efficient than do like a walk for 20 minutes.
So I was thinking about getting one of the pads, the walking pads, not a treadmill, but where you can stand at your desk and work. But I feel like I just fall over, but standing up every 45 minutes?
45 minutes,
And doing 10
ideally,
squats.
maybe hour, put it on your phone, say, okay, time
Just a
to get up,
reminder.
reminder,
That's
get up, do
great.
10 squats, and then continue with whatever you do.
I love it. Okay. Biggest myth about healthy eating.
Because I guess I'm against anything counting. Like I see people macro counting, this counting. Do I need to count? No. If you feed your body properly, you don't have to count anything.
That's true. That is true.
That's not a way of living. It's stressful. That's just not.
So what most people don't know about you, Sylvie, tell us something that most people don't know about you.
Most people don't know about me. I don't know. I used to play basketball.
You did?
I did.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I used to play piano and I used to sing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That is fascinating. Would you ever sing again?
I mean, I always sing. Like,
Yeah.
I love singing in my car. I'm driving and I'm singing.
Yeah, but you play piano too?
I mean, not actively, but I remember certain
That's
things.
wonderful.
Yeah, I grew up around music and
I love it.
I was always busy growing up, so.
That is awesome. Well, if you want to connect with Sylvie, just go to her website. It's sylviebrockman.com. Follow her on Instagram. I will put everything in the summary. You can follow her, and I'll let you know how the cleanse goes for me and my family. I'm really
You're gonna love it.
excited
Your
about
skin will be glowing. Brain fog will lift. That's one of those two things most people realize.
it. Okay.
It's like, ooh.
Okay, so I'm going to be sharper. I can't wait. All right, guys. So until next time, we look forward to talking to you. Thank you, Sylvie, for coming.
Sure, thanks for the invite.